going on, y'all? This is Bryce coming at you once again from Velocity Powersports in Ladson, South Carolina. And boy, oh boy, do I have an absolute treat to bring to you guys today. I didn't even think we were going to be one of the dealerships lucky enough to have one of these bikes. Turns out we are, and we got it, and I'm about to bring it to each and every one of you guys today. So without any further hesitation, let's get right into that. You guys are looking at a piece of history for our dealership, Velocity Powersports in Ladson, South Carolina. This is a first for all of us to see this H2 roll up. So I am going to tell you the full name of this bike, but you probably already know it. This is the 2021 Kawasaki Z-H2, and what an unbelievable ride this bike is. I've said this about a lot of different bikes that I have done videos on at the shop here. Words cannot describe how powerful those bikes have been. To put that into perspective, this bike is 2, maybe even 3 tiers above anything else that I've been on. I've been on the new ZX14, I've been on the new Suzuki Hayabusa, but this bike is just unbelievable in every single aspect. It's obviously supercharged. It's got a brand new suspension system on it, cruise control, Bluetooth connectivity, 200 stock horsepower, but obviously with it being supercharged, this thing is basically 2 wheels attached to a jet engine, and there's so much more about this bike. Rider control was really the main focus for this bike. The ABS system that they have, and they actually have their own, the KIBS system, which is basically just a more advanced bike balancing and cornering system that Kawasaki's come up with. And I think this H2 is the perfect frame to start to integrate some of that groundbreaking technology that Kawasaki is really starting to pride themselves on when it comes to these bikes. These H2s they were already legendary. I don't remember the exact years in the past that the H-Class bikes started around. You guys are probably more well-knowing on that stuff than I am. But I will say that I knew that they brought this back, and what a way to bring this bike back into existence. So I'm gonna cut the BS out of the video, and I want to get to show you guys the display up front here, some of the bells and whistles up on the handles. This is the newer Kawasaki display. It's really, really nice. It'll actually let you know when to shift into gears when you're up to speed on this. And some of the other brands of higher end bikes are starting to do this as well, and I really like that. Full bore digital display. And yes, that check engine light is on. I was actually told in one of the previous videos that I had done that is pretty standard for bikes to do that. We actually just built this bike today, so don't slaughter me too bad for that light blinking. We have taken very good care of this bike since it's arrived. But then you got your mode buttons up here, your blinkers, obviously hazards, cruise control set up there, just absolutely ridiculous. Your ignition switch up here, there's another select button as well. But this is an absolute, for lack of a better term, butt-naked beast. This bike, it is obviously a naked style street bike, not having a whole lot on the front of it, but with the horsepower and the supercharged, all those aspects put to the side, when you look at this from a simplistic and bare minimum approach, I just rode this thing down here, and in every single gear that I got to, I very, very easily could have lifted that front end up all the way through each and every single gear. And I think that that's something that puts this bike in a completely different class than anything else I've ever been on. So let me go ahead and let y'all hear what this thing sounds like. And I'm actually gonna put the phone down, and I'm gonna gun it down the road. I want y'all to kind of see it in action a little bit as well, because this is such a special occasion for all of us. So let me go ahead and start it. Now I will say too, you can obviously still hear me over the running idle noise. It's not too flamboyant of a noise. It actually sounds very, very quiet. But when you're shifting up and down through gears, you can actually hear that of the supercharger helping you out through gears. It has a quick shifting system on this bike that allows you to not use the clutch and just go ahead and shift up with your foot, which is really, really seamless in my experience with it. but you have to be within a certain RPM level to switch up and down through gears, which, I mean, it still makes a lot of sense, and it's really enjoyable. But I think that, well, I mean, this bike is not for inexperienced riders. Let me just go ahead and say that right now. This is not a first time bike for anybody. But yes, there's all kinds of bells and whistles on this. But let me go ahead and give this some gas. I want y'all to hear how quiet it is now, and even how quiet it is when it's up in RPM. So here we go, y'all. You can hear that fluttering of the engine. That's that supercharger doing its work on this bike, and just an incredible unit. I really never thought we would have the chance to do a video on here, and we are so privileged to have had this arrive on the truck. But give me one sec, y'all, and I'm gonna take it down the road and then close out the video for y'all. And as always, that was just a little snippet of the capabilities of this bike that I was just on. This thing has got 10 times more in it than what I was able to show you guys. I mean, this is, for me, this is one of those once in a lifetime bikes. This is the first H2 that I've ever actually seen in person, let alone the same day get to ride it. It's a privilege. This job that I have is an absolute privilege. And I thank you guys so very much for the support that you've been giving. Honestly, for almost a year now, it's been one hell of a ride thus far, guys. And you know, sometimes I get bullied a little bit on the channel. I understand that. I'm new to this, and I mess up the lingo often, if I'm being honest with you. But you know, you guys have been very, very helpful and positively critical as well through all these videos that I've made, and I've learned a lot since I've been doing this, and a lot of it has to do with you guys providing me with the correct information when I make a mistake, and that means a lot to me, seriously, guys. But here she is one last time before I close out the video today. To get the headlights going, it's a little dark where I'm at. But just a short final summary of this bike. There are seriously no words in the English lexicon that allow me to explain to you how exhilarating this ride is sitting in front of me. It's got so much power, and I doubt very seriously that this bike is gonna be here for much longer, y'all. And I'd say we got a lot more of these bikes sitting here behind me, but we don't. I was surprised to even get this one at the shop, y'all. But I wanted to show you guys this bike because it was so highly touted among the community. You guys love the H2s and reference them often when I talk about other bikes, and I now know exactly why you make those references. This bike is absolutely amazing. But you know where to find us if you're looking for something else along these lines. We'd love to try and help set you up with the right unit for your right needs and your right price, guys. And with it being Friday, and thank God it is, I gotta ask y'all to take care of yourselves for the rest of this weekend. Find somebody you love, give them a very big hug for me, and you guys take it easy. God bless you.